Most people assume that if you want clear dialogue in your home theater, you have to drop a small fortune on a massive, heavy center channel. But then you run into something like this little unit from Acoustic Audio, and it makes you wonder if we've all been overthinking it. Right out of the box, it's surprisingly compact. It's not going to dominate your media console, which is a huge plus if you're working with limited space or just don't want a giant black box staring you down. The black ash finish has a nice, subtle texture to it that feels a bit more premium than the price tag suggests. It's not real wood, obviously, but it doesn't look like cheap plastic either. Now, what's happening inside is where the real work is done. You've got two 4-inch woofers, flanking a 1-inch Mylar dome tweeter. When you're watching a movie, that setup does a solid job of pulling the voices out of the background noise. You know how sometimes in action, scenes, the music and explosions just swallow up what the actors are saying. This thing manages to keep the dialogue crisp and forward. It's not going to rattle your floorboards with deep, cinematic bass. It's only 4 inches, after all, but it handles the mid-range frequencies with enough authority that you aren't constantly reaching for the remote to adjust the volume. The build quality feels sturdy enough for the price point. It's got a digitally tuned bass reflex design, which is just a fancy way of saying they've engineered the cabinet to help those smaller drivers push a bit more air than they normally would. It's also video shielded, so if you're still rocking an older setup or have sensitive gear nearby, you don't have to worry about interference. The spring-loaded wire terminals on the back are simple and get the job done, though they aren't exactly high-end binding posts. You'll want to make sure your speaker wire is stripped cleanly to get a good connection. If there's a downside, it's that this is definitely a budget-conscious piece of gear. It's not going to compete with high-fidelity speakers that cost 10 times as much, and if you try to push it to its absolute limit in a massive room, it might start to sound a little thin. It's best suited for a standard living room or a bedroom setup, where you want a noticeable upgrade over your TV's built-in speakers without breaking the bank. It's also worth mentioning that it's sold as a single unit, so keep that in mind if you're planning out your whole surround sound system. Honestly, for what it is, it's a surprisingly capable little workhorse. It's easy to mount if you need to tuck it away, and it does exactly what a center channel is supposed to do. It anchors the soundstage and makes sure you can actually hear what's going on in the movie. It's not trying to be the star of the show, but it's a very reliable supporting actor. If you're looking to round out a home theater on a budget, this is a pretty sensible way to get the job done without any unnecessary fuss. It's simple, it's effective, and it's hard to argue with the value here.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.